students. First of all, I welcome you all to my third video on the chapter amines. In the previous video, the second video, we started the discussion on chemical properties of amines. Under that, we discussed detailed aspect of basic character of amines. We compared basic strength of alkylamines and arylamines with that of the ammonia. And of course, as far as arylamines are concerned, look at this. What we said, arylamines are, yes, they are less basic than ammonia. Arylamines are less basic than ammonia, and of course, we discussed the reasons for that, yes. As far as aniline is concerned, look at this. If aniline is attached with electron releasing groups, if benzene ring of aniline is attached with electron releasing groups, like if R is equal to CH3, or I can say if R is equal to OCH3, these are all, yes, it is electron releasing groups. In presence of electron releasing groups, basic strength of aniline increases. An electron releasing group is attached to benzene ring. What happens, the electron density over nitrogen increases, thereby the basic strength of aniline increases. In the same manner, when aniline is attached with, yes, electron withdrawing groups, and benzene ring of aniline is attached with electron withdrawing group, that if W is equal to SO3H, or I can say if W is equal to NO2, or I can say if it is COOH, or I can say if it is X, these are all electron withdrawing groups. When these electron withdrawing groups are attached to the benzene ring of aniline, the decreased electron density over nitrogen, thereby basic strength of aniline decreases. So totally, in presence of electron releasing groups, basic strength of aniline increases. In presence of electron withdrawing groups, basic strength of aniline decreases. This is one more important point that I wanted to highlight. Now with that information, we'll take up next property of amines. It will be acylation there. It will be acylation of acetic amines. That is, in the case of alkylation, hydrogen atoms attached to the nitrogen are replaced by alkyl groups. Alkylation alli, hydrogen atoms attached to the nitrogen are replaced by alkyl groups. You studied that alkylation of acetic amines under the headline ammonolysis. But here in the case of acylation, the hydrogen atoms attached to the nitrogen of amines will be replaced by acyl group. Acyl group is RC double bond O group. Example for the acyl group is CH3 C double bond O group. This is acetyl group, or you can say acyl group. If hydrogen atoms attached to the nitrogen of amines are replaced by acyl groups, the reaction is called acylation. And as far as examples for the acylation is concerned, look at this. If I take this, one of the amines, that is ethanamine. This is ethanamine, right? When ethanamine reacts with, yes, it is acetyl chloride. Its IUPAC name is ethanol chloride. When ethanamine, C2H5NH2, when it reacts with ethanol chloride, in presence of base like pyridine, any base stronger than amines can be used in this reaction. What happens, hydrogen atoms attached to the nitrogen are replaced by CH3CO group. You are going to get a product. Look at this, C2H5, NH, C double bond O, CH3, that is plus HCl. Okay? As far as the name of this compound is concerned, look here. If ethyl group is not there here, it would have named as ethanamide. Okay? Here, ethyl group is attached to nitrogen, therefore it is N-ethyl ethanamide. N-ethyl ethanamide. The main function of pyridine is to remove HCl from the reaction system. Thereby, equilibrium can be shifted in forward direction. Because of that, we are making use of this base pyridine to remove the acid HCl. And apart from that, if I take, yes, it is a secondary amine like this. This is secondary amine, diethylamine, अथवा it is N-ethyl ethanamine. N-ethyl ethanamine. When it reacts with, yes, it is acetyl chloride, just simple, in presence of pyridine. In presence of pyridine. Look at this. After removing HCl, you will left with a product that is C2H5N, C2H5, other C2H5N, C2H5N is attached to, yes, it is C double bond O CS3 and of course plus HCl. This is N-N diethyl ethanamide, yes, N, N diethyl ethanamide. This is the reaction there. In these two reactions, I used acetyl chloride in order to introduce CS3CO group over the nitrogen. Yes. Same reaction can be brought about by using acetic anhydride. Look at this. Acetic anhydride can be written like this. This is acetic anhydride, CS3CO twice. Oh, this is acetic anhydride. And that can be written like this. Look at this. When benzenamide, look at this benzenamide. This is aniline athwa benzenamide. When it reacts with CS3CO twice O, that is, I can write it as, look at this. Look at this. This is acetic anhydride, CS3, C double bond O, C double bond O, CS3, right? Acylation takes place. Look at this. Acylation takes place. Here I removed HCl, but here CS3, COOH is removed. And you left with, look at this. This is NH. One nitrogen is replaced by CS3CO group. And it is a C double bond O, CS3 plus acetic acid. And this is acetanilide. Athava, look at this, if this benzene ring is not there, it would have been ethanamide. Therefore, it is N-phenyl ethanamide. It can be named as N-phenyl ethanamide. So these are all the reactions where hydrogen atoms attached to the nitrogen of amines are replaced by CS3CO group. The reaction is known as acylation reaction or acetylation reaction. So this is what we call it as acylation or acetylation reactions. In the same manner, I can bring about one more type of reaction known as benzylation. In acylation, hydrogen is replaced by acyl group. In benzylation, hydrogen is replaced by benzoyl group. Look at this, benzoyl group. For example, if I take this is methanamine, yes, one of the amines. When it reacts with benzoyl chloride, this is benzoyl chloride. You just observe the spelling there. BNZOYL. In presence of base like pyridine, yes. In presence of base like pyridine, hydrogen is replaced by benzoyl group, C6H5CO group. You are going to get CS3, NH, and of course C double bond O, then it is benzene ring plus HCl. If this methyl group is not there, it would have named, it will be named as benzamide. Therefore, it is N-methyl benzamide, N-methyl benzamide. So this is a reaction. You can give this reaction. Yes, the title of this reaction is benzoylation. Reaction is benzoylation. Your benzoyl group, C6H5 C double bond O group, is introduced over the nitrogen of amines. That is benzoylation reaction. So this is what we call it as one more chemical property that you are supposed to study under the chemical properties of amines lab. Okay, now at this moment we'll take up one more very important reaction for the examination point of view. It will be carbylamine reaction. Yes. Carbylamine reaction. Whenever you are studying carbylamine reaction, one thing you should be keep it in mind, that is, this is a property of primary amines. Whether it is aliphatic primary amine or aromatic primary amines, all primary amines undergo carbylamine reaction. Secondary and tertiary amines do not undergo carbylamine reaction. Because of that, this carbylamine reaction, or it's also known as isocyanide reaction, is used to confirm primary amines. Carbylamine reaction is used as a test for confirming primary amines. It is isocyanide reaction. It involves formation of isocyanides. For example, if I say this is primary amine, this is primary amine, and it reacts with, look at this, this is chloroform, this is chloroform. When primary amines react with chloroform in presence of alcoholic potassium hydroxide, remember, upon heating, upon heating, look at the reaction here. This is H, this is H, 1 HCl, 2 HCl and 3 HCl. If 3 HCl molecules are removed, you are left with what? RNC. And this is what we call it as isocyanide. This is what we call it as isocyanide. These 3 HCl molecules react with 3 KOH molecules to form 3 KCl plus 3 H2O. This is what we call isocyanide reaction, or you can say carbylamine reaction. And the isocyanide formed in this reaction is characterized by a foul smell, or you can say a bad smelling substance it is. And that's why primary amines react with chloroform in presence of alcoholic KOH upon heating to form a bad smelling isocyanates. Isocyanates are characterized by offensive odor. Yes, so this is what we call it as carbylamine reaction. This is general equation. Yes, if you want to write examples for the carbylamine reaction, keep R is equal to CH3, that is this is methylamine, one of the primary amines. When it reacts with chloroform CHCl3 in presence of alcoholic potassium hydroxide on heating, ಇಲ್ಲಿ RNC ಬಂದಿದಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ತರ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ R ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು, CH3 NC plus 3 KCl plus 3 H2O. This is methyl isocyanide. This is methyl isocyanide. Yes. In the place of R, if I keep this aniline, yes, this is aniline, right? When aniline reacts with chloroform, right, one of the primary amines, aromatic primary amines, in presence of alcoholic potassium hydroxide upon heating, look at this. In the place of R, you just keep phenyl group plus 3KCl plus 3H2O. This is phenyl isocyanide. This is phenyl isocyanide. So this is what we call it as Cobb-Ellerman reaction, a characteristic property of all types of primary amines. So this is very important for the examination point of view. You may be expected to write general equation, or you may be expected to answer how is methyl isocyanide is prepared from primary amines, how is phenyl isocyanide is prepared from primary amines. ಈ ತರ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ this is very important reaction. ಆಗ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ? Note it down. Now let us see. Next reaction to be discussed is action of nitrous acid on amines. Nitrous acid is one of the oxyacids of nitrogen, just like nitric acid. This nitrous acid is very, very unstable. Cannot be stored in a bottle as we store nitric acid. No, we cannot store nitrous acid. Therefore, if you want nitrous acid in a chemical reaction, you can prepare by mixing sodium nitrite with dilute HCl. When crystals of sodium nitrate are mixed with dilute HCl, you are going to get nitrous acid HNO2 plus NaCl. That's why you know nitrous acid is prepared whenever it is required. That's why you know it is nitrous acid can be prepared by in situ preparation. That is, it will be prepared in a reaction system itself whenever it is required by using sodium nitrite and HCl. Because of that, whenever you are writing nitrous acid, equations of nitrous acid, you must write sodium nitrite in dilute HCl. It indicates nitrous acid itself. Under this headline, let us see first of all reaction with aliphatic primary amines. Action of nitrous acid on aliphatic primary amines. When aliphatic primary amine, like yes, it is RNS2, when it reacts with nitrous acid, look at this, I have written nitrous acid HNO2 in the form of O double bond N OH. This is nitrous acid, yes. This is primary aliphatic amine, yes. Over the arrow mark, you must write sodium nitrite plus dilute HCl, right? At low temperature, right? At low temperature, right? What happens, you know, look here. Just for the convenience, I'll show you like this, right? That leads to RN double bond N OH. What remove admele RN double bond N OH ulitada. This compound is unstable, loses nitrogen, then you are going to get ROH plus nitrogen, what we call it as alcohol. Interesting. NH2 group is replaced by OH group by the action of nitrous acid on primary aliphatic amines. If R group is alkyl group, this compound is very, very unstable and decomposed to form alcohol here. For example, if I take this ethylamine, yes, if I take this ethylamine, one of the primary aliphatic amines that reacts with nitrous acid, above the arrow mark, you must write sodium nitrite in hydrochloric acid at low temperature. Remove water, you will act with CS3, CS2, N double bond N OH. This compound is unstable. And of course, this compound is unstable. Decomposed to form, yes, CS3, CS2 OH with the liberation of nitrogen gas. All aliphatic primary amines react with nitrous acid to liberate nitrogen gas with the formation of alcohol. Here it is ethanol. ನೀವು CH3NH ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ CH3 ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? Like this, aliphatic primary amines react with nitrous acid to form alcohols. Your NH2 group is replaced by OH group. ಅದನ್ನ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Yes. And this is if R group is alkyl group, it is very, very unstable compound, decomposed to form alcohols. What about the action of nitrous acid on aromatic primary amines? That will see that. How does nitrous acid reacts with aromatic primary amines? Look here. When aromatic, that is reaction with aromatic primary amine. An aromatic primary amine like aniline. It reacts with nitrous acid, that is sodium nitrite in HCl. That leads to the formation of, yes, look at this, N2 plus Cl minus. Two nitrogen atoms, they form diazonium compound. This is benzene. Diazonium chloride. Plus, of course, NaCl plus water. NaCl plus water. Really, ನೋಡಿ, ಎರಡು oxygen atoms ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ 2H2O, right? Then 2 chlorine atoms ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ 2HCl, right? Equation is balanced. And the reaction is called diazotization reaction. Conversion of primary aromatic amines into benzene diazonium chloride at about 273 to 278 kelvins temperature, very low temperature. If the temperature is increased, this compound also decomposed to form nitrogen gas along with the formation of phenol in presence of water. Hege primary amines, primary aliphatic amines alcohols agi convert aaytalva, ade thara. So this is diazotization reaction. My question is, if R is attached to diazonium, yes, it is group. If R is attached to diazonium group, the compound is unstable, decomposed to form nitrogen gas. Howda? Really, if nitrogen is attached to, yes, it is benzene ring, this will be stabilized by resonance. This benzene diazonium chloride is stabilized by resonance. Because of that aryl diazonium salts are more stable than alkyl diazonium salts. Because of that resonance, aryl diazonium salts, so the benzene diazonium salts are more stable than alkyl diazonium salts. Okay, na? So this is what we call it as action of nitrous acid on aromatic primary amines like aniline. Yes, so this is very important reaction. So this is one more reaction to be discussed. Now at this moment, we'll go to the next reaction. It will be action of benzene sulfonyl chloride. That is aryl sulfonyl chloride. Action of aryl sulfonyl chloride. Example for the aryl sulfonyl chloride is benzene sulfonyl chloride. And the structure of that benzene sulfonyl chloride will be like this. This is benzene sulfonyl chloride. It is known as Hinsberg's reagent. It is known as Hinsberg's reagent. When look at this, a primary amine like ethylamine, yes, and primary amine like ethylamine, when it reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride. Yes, this is benzene sulfonyl chloride. Just observe the reaction here. Hydrogen is replaced by benzene sulfonyl group. That leads to, look at this, C2H5, NH, S double bond O, and of course benzene ring plus HCl. ಹೌದಾ? ಹೌದಾನೆ? And this compound is N-ethyl. ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಗೆ ಇಥೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. N-ethyl benzene sulfonamide. N-ethyl benzene sulfonamide. Yes, N-ethyl benzene sulfonamide. This compound is soluble in alkali. Yes, this is a very important observation. When primary amine like ethylamine reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride, yes, that leads to the formation of N-ethyl benzene sulfonamide, and the product is soluble in alkali base sodium hydroxide. Why this product is soluble in alkali? Because of highly acidic hydrogen attached to the nitrogen. The hydrogen atom attached to the nitrogen is highly acidic, that can be replaced in the form of H+. Because of that acidic hydrogen, this compound is soluble in base like sodium hydroxide. Why this hydrogen is acidic? Due to the electron withdrawing effect of S double bond O groups. There are two S double bond O groups. They are electron withdrawing. Thereby, the NH bond strength decreases. NH bond becomes very, very weak due to the electron withdrawing effect of S double bond O group. The electron density is completely moving towards S double bond O group. Thereby, NH bond becomes weak. Hydrogen can be removed in the form of H+. Therefore, it is acidic. Due to the presence of acidic hydrogen attached to the nitrogen, this compound is soluble in alkali. In the case of, yes, it is secondary amines. Look here, this is one of the secondary amines. This is one of the secondary amines. This is diethylamine. When this diethylamine reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride. This is benzene sulfonyl chloride. Yes. And this particular, yes, secondary amine reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride. Look here, same kind of reaction. That leads to the formation of C2H5N, C2H5, and of course S double bond O, and of course this is plus HCl. This is N, N diethyl benzene sulfonamide. N, diethyl benzene sulfonamide. Yes, this compound is insoluble in alkali. This compound is insoluble in alkali. Whereas this compound is soluble in alkali, but it is insoluble in alkali because of the absence of acidic hydrogen. Illi acidic hydrogen ide, but illi acidic hydrogen illa. Hagagi, the product formed is insoluble in alkali. Therefore, this particular reaction, the action of Hinsberg's reagent on the amines, can be used in order to differentiate primary, secondary, and tertiary amines. Primary amines react with Hinsberg's reagent to form a product which is soluble in alkali. Secondary amines react with Hinsberg's reagent to form a product which is insoluble in alkali. Whereas tertiary amines, ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು tertiary amines ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, yes, if I take tertiary amine like this, Here we have two NH bonds. Secondary amines ಅಲ್ಲಿ one NH bond ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ tertiary amines ಅಲ್ಲಿ no NH bonds. ಹೌದಾ? Tertiary amines do not contain NH bond. Therefore, tertiary amines do not react with benzene sulfonyl chloride. Tertiary amines do not react with benzene sulfonyl chloride. Benzene sulfonyl chloride due to the absence of NH bonds. So therefore, Hinsberg's reagent can be used to differentiate primary, secondary and tertiary amines. At the same time, this can be used to separate primary, secondary and tertiary amines. So this is what we call it as action of benzene sulfonyl chloride or action of Hinsberg's reagent on amines. Now let us see electrophilic substitution reactions of aniline. As you know that electrophilic substitution reactions are the characteristic properties of organic compounds containing benzene ring. Any compound containing benzene ring undergoes electrophilic substitution reactions. As far as aniline is concerned, look at this. Here in aniline, NH2 group is directly attached to benzene ring. Lone pair of electrons will take part in resonance. That results in, look at this, movement of electrons towards benzene ring. And that increases electron density over. Yes, it is ortho and para positions. You know the resonance structures. We wrote the resonance structures in the previous class also, right? Due to the plus R effect caused by NH2 group, electron density over nitrogen is moving towards benzene ring. Thereby, NH2 group increases reactivity of benzene ring towards electrophilic substitution reactions. At the same time, NH2 group directs incoming electrophile to attack ortho and para positions because this NH2 group increases electron density at ortho and para positions. Here continue madre, you can write one more resonance structure. There also you can find the negative charge over the ortho position. Look at this, ortho positions ಅಲ್ಲಿ negative charge ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ NH2 group is activating group that increases the reactivity of benzene ring towards electrophilic substitution reactions. At the same time, it is ortho para directing group. ಹೌದಾ? With this information, we'll take some of the examples for the, yes, it is electrophilic substitution reactions of aniline. First of all, it is bromination. When aniline reacts with bromine water, remember the action of bromine water on phenol. When aniline reacts with bromine water, yes, this is bromine water, right? Substitution at ortho and para positions takes place. Substitution at ortho and para positions takes place. Look at this. This is Br. This is Br and of course Br plus 3HBr. This is 2,4,6 tribromoaniline. This is white colored precipitate. Tri-substitution takes place. 3HBr is removed there. Tri-substitution takes place because of high reactivity of benzene ring towards electrophilic substitution reaction due to the activating effect of NH2 group. And that is the problem for us. Just by direct bromination, I cannot prepare monosubstituted aniline. You are going to get tri-substituted aniline here. Then how to prepare monosubstituted aniline? Starting from aniline. Your tri-substitution is because of high reactivity of aniline towards bromination. If you decrease the reactivity of aniline towards the bromination, you can prepare, yes, it is monosubstituted anilines. Therefore, in order to, yes, it is decrease reactivity of aniline towards bromination, I need to protect the NH2 group. I need to protect NH2 group by acetylation of aniline. I need to protect NH2 group by acetylation of aniline using acetic anhydride. in presence of pyridine. Acetic anhydride reacts with aniline in presence of pyridine to form, look at this. This is NH C double bond O CS3. This is what we call it as acetanilide. Howda? This is what we call it as acetanilide. And this acetanilide is less reactive than aniline towards electrophilic substitution reaction, because in the case of aniline, electron density is moving towards benzene ring, whereas in the case of acetanilide, look here, because of this NH C double bond OCS3 group, this is electron withdrawing. Lone purple electrons are moving towards C double bond O group, but not towards benzene ring. ಇಲ್ಲಿ electrons direct ಆಗಿ benzene ring ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ electrons are moving towards C double bond O group. This is electron withdrawing group. Thereby, electron density over benzene ring decreases. Reactivity of benzene ring towards electrophilic substitution decreases. Therefore, if this compound is subjected for bromination, Br2, in presence of acetic acid, yes, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Mono substitution at para position takes place. Mono substitution at para position takes place. Look at this. Mono substitution at para position takes place, right? This is para bromo acetanilide. Para bromo acetanilide. Yes. Mono substitution takes place. In order to recover this NH2 group, you subject this for hydrolysis. You subject this for hydrolysis. Again, you are going to get, yes, look at this. This is NH2, and of course this is bromine plus this is CH3 minus CH3 COOH. Ilinda CH3 COOH hogutte. Your NH becomes NH2 here. This is para bromo aniline. This is how aniline can be converted into para-bromoaniline or 4-bromoaniline by protecting NH2 group using acetic anhydride in presence of pyridine. Once the NH2 group is protected, reactivity of benzene ring towards electrophilic substitution decreases. When this acetanilide is subjected to bromination, you are going to get para-bromoacetanilide, which upon hydrolysis NH2 group can be recovered. This is para-bromoaniline athwa it is 4-bromoaniline. It is 4-bromoaniline. Yes. Same technique can be used in order to prepare 4-nitroaniline also. ಇದೇ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬಳಸಿ ನಾನೀಗ 4-nitroaniline prepare ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Mono substitution. Look at this. If I say nitration, yes, this aniline is reacting. Aniline reacts with acetic anhydride to form acetanilide. This will be subjected for nitration. This will be subjected for nitration using nitric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid. Concentrated nitric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid at about 288 Kelvin's temperature. Yes. Again, nitration at para position takes place, and you are going to get para nitroacetanilide. If it is subjected to hydrolysis in presence of acid or base, if it is subjected to hydrolysis in presence of acid or base, NH2 group is recovered, and you are going to get, yes, it is para-nitroaniline athwa 4-nitroaniline. This is how aniline can be converted to para-nitroaniline or 4-nitroaniline by protecting NH2 group using acetic anhydride. Acetanilide formed produces para-nitroacetanilide, which upon hydrolysis to give, yes, it is para-nitroaniline, or you can say 4-nitroaniline. This is how example ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. How do you convert aniline into 4-nitroaniline ಅಥವಾ para-nitroaniline? Write equation ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕಿಗೆ ಈ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಓಕೆನಾ? ಅದೇ ತರ ಹೌ ಡು ಯು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಅನಿಲಿನ್ ಇಂಟು 4-bromoaniline ಅಥವಾ para-bromoaniline, ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಒಂದೇ ತರ ಇದೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎರಡನ್ನು ಬರೀಬಹುದು. ಎಸ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ What happens when aniline is subjected to direct nitration? What happens when aniline is subjected to direct nitration? Yes. See that. The nitration of aniline, when aniline is subjected to nitration in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid and concentrated nitric acid, yes, at about 288 kelvins, right? Nitration of aniline takes place and you are going to get mixture of, yes, it is 3 products. This is paranitro-aniline, and you are going to get metanitro-aniline, and of course one more, you are going to get orthonitro-aniline. ನೋಡಿ, ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅನಿಲಿನ್ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಥೋ ಪ್ಯಾರಾ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ, ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ, 3 ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ 51% ಪ್ಯಾರಾನೈಟ್ರೋನಿಲಿನ್, 47% ಮೆಟಾನೈಟ್ರೋನಿಲಿನ್, 2% ಆರ್ಥೋನೈಟ್ರೋನಿಲಿನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Now how this 47% ಮೆಟಾನೈಟ್ರೋನಿಲಿನ್ is possible here? ನಾವು ಮೆಟಾ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅನಿಲಿನ್ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ NH2 group is ortho para directing, but still 47%, which is greater than the orthonitronilin, 47% metanitronilin ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, look at this. This aniline is converted into anilinium ion by taking H plus from acids. These two are strong acids. They donate H plus to aniline, and NH2 group is converted to NH3 plus. This is anilinium ion. In presence of strong acids like sulfuric acid and nitric acid, aniline is converted to anilinium ion. This NH3 plus is meta-directing group. This is meta-directing group. Because of that, you are going to get here metanitro-aniline due to the formation of anilinium ion, in which NH3 plus group is meta-directing. And because of that, you got here 47% metanitro-aniline. Aggodala? At this moment, we'll take up the last reaction of the chapter. It will be, yes, it is sulfonation of aniline. Yes. As far as sulfonation is concerned, sulfonation is carried out by using concentrated sulfuric acid. When aniline, this is aniline, reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid, acid-base reaction takes place. This sulfuric acid donates H plus to aniline, and you are going to get NH2 becomes NH3 plus, and of course HSO4 minus. This is anilinium hydrogen sulfate. Okay, now when this compound is heated to 453 to 473 kelvins, and it gets converted into, look at this, this is NH2, and of course this is SO3H, para-amino benzene sulfonic acid. Para-amino benzene sulfonic acid, it's also known as sulfanilic acid. This is sulfanilic acid. Look at this, acid group and base group, both are in the same molecule. SO3H donates H plus, NH2 will take up that and gets converted to a dipolar ion, that is NH3 plus, SO3 minus. This is Zwitter ion form of sulfanilic acid. This is what we call it as sulfonation of, yes, it is aniline there. I know that as far as electrophilic substitution reactions are concerned, we have Friedel-Crafts alkylation and Friedel-Crafts acylation anta ನೀವು ಓದಿದ್ದೀರಾ. Aniline does not undergo Friedel-Crafts acylation and alkylation reaction because aniline is a base. ಹೌದಾ? Nitrogen carries lone pair of electrons. In Friedel-Crafts reaction, we are going to make use of anhydrous aluminum chloride. So Lewis acid will take up electron pairs from nitrogen and gets converted to, yes, it is a salt, where nitrogen carries positive charge. This positively charged nitrogen is highly deactivating, decreases reactivity of benzene ring towards electrophilic substitution reaction. Therefore, aniline does not undergo, right? Aniline does not undergo Friedel-Crafts alkylation and acylation reactions because the lone purple electrons over the nitrogen will be donated to anhydrous aluminum chloride used as a catalyst in Friedel-Crafts reaction that results in the formation of product with positive charge on the nitrogen. This positively charged nitrogen is highly deactivating, decreases the reactivity of benzene ring, thereby aniline does not undergo Friedel-Crafts reaction and Friedel-Crafts alkylation and Friedel-Crafts acylation. Agudala? So that completes the chapter amines. And of course we have diazonium salts there, but as far as your reduced syllabus is concerned, the diazonium salts is being deleted from the discussion. Because of that, we will conclude the chapter here only. Okay, na? So we'll see in the next video with a new chapter, biomolecules, right? We'll see that.